What's so interesting out here?
Oh, nothing. The Johnsons are having their garage painted.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, stand you apart. They laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't disturb you.
That's all right.
I'm Patty Lane. I live here. I'm a neighbor to the Johnsons.
Uh-huh.
I've been their neighbor ever since we moved next door to each other. I certainly admire the way you handle that brush. I think being a painter is a marvelous career.
I'm not a painter. This is just a summer job. I go to forestry school.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to be a ranger.
I think being a ranger is a marvelous career. You know, I think that's what's wrong with civilization today. We've gotten too far away from the tree.
Kathy, where are you going with that? I just emptied it a little while ago. Why, it's still practically empty.
Well, you know the old saying, Aunt Natalie, if you keep emptying a wastebasket, it will never get full. Mom, have you ever thought of how unselfish trees are?
Not lately.
It's worth thinking about. Do you know that some noble oak gave his life so that we could have this beautiful table?
Well, in that case, I'm going to sue the furniture store. They told me that table was solid walnut.
Where's Kathy?
She just went to empty the wastebasket.
Mom, don't you think the curtains in our room need to be ironed?
Yes, they do, honey, but I just don't have time today.
Oh, look, Mom, it's Kathy's in my room. I'll iron them. I'll go get the iron.
Pat, I don't think that's a very good idea. You know, the last time you tried to iron them, you almost burned the house down.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, if you're trying to tell me that Kathy is a better ironer than I am, I won't be hurt. I'll go tell her. Kathy! Excuse me. Mom would like you to iron the curtains in our room. Well, I told Hank I'd get him a glass of water. Hank? Yes, he's very interesting, isn't he? Yeah. Look, you better get on the curtains and I'll get him his glass of water. Patty, are you sure that was Aunt Natalie's idea and not yours? Why, Kathy, you should be ashamed of yourself. Wash your brain out with soap.
Thanks, Patty.
You're welcome, Hank. I know it doesn't have that tang of water fresh from a mountain stream, which I so love, but it's all we can get out of our tap.
Funny how you and your cousin both go for the outdoors.
Well, I suppose some of my enthusiasm has rubbed off on her.
Yeah. She said she once spent her vacation in the Alps and climbed the Matterhorn.
She called that a climb?
It's supposed to be pretty high.
That's because Switzerland is so small, it just makes the Matterhorn look big by comparison. Give me the Rockies any day.
Yeah.
You like the Rockies?
I've got an application in for assistant ranger at Yellowstone Park.
No kidding. You know, you rangers are the unsung heroes of our society.
Tell that to Congress. If they don't pass H.R. 973A, this country's gonna be in big trouble.
You're absolutely right. What is that?
Forest conservation.
Forest conservation is a must. It should be supported by everybody who loves wood.
You really feel that way?
Of course I feel that way. Do you know I was the only kid in my class who hated Pinocchio?
Dr. S.L. Talbot, $50. Hey, Natalie, how long are we going to have to keep paying this dentist?
Till we get Rose's teeth untangled.
Well, I wish he'd smile once in a while when we have company so people could see what a generous father I am.
Papa, excuse me. Can I ask you something about going to the beach again this summer?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, are we going to keep going there year after year?
I thought you enjoyed the beach.
Oh, yeah, I do, but, you know, there is such a thing as getting into a rut. I mean, all they have there is sand and water. Couldn't we do something more outdoorsy?
More outdoorsy than the beach?
Well, higher and greener. Like mountains and forests. Someplace where you can sleep under a blanket of stars and listen to the forest murmuring in your ears.
Well, I'll think about it.
Thanks, Papa. Oh, by the way, Papa, while you're writing, don't forget to send a letter to your congressman and tell him to vote yes on H.R. 973A.
What's that?
Forest conservation. The whole thing is snowballing. Get behind it. You too, Mom.
What's his sudden passion for the great outdoors?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer is a bunch of muscles at the end of a wet paintbrush.
It is a gymnosperm. Pythagoras Pinus foolishness. It is a Where's Kathy?
She's outside emptying another wastebasket. Boy, I tell you, if you want to find dirt in this house, you gotta borrow a cup next door. Oh, something new has been added. Tarzan is working with his shirt off.
Is that wastebasket gone again?
I'll get it. Kathy! What is it, Patty? Mom needs the wastebasket, Kathy. Where are you going? To get rid of this. Hi.
Hi.
You're doing a wonderful job there.
Thanks.
By the way, is that pine?
No, spruce.
Oh, speaking of pine, the botanical name is Pinus palustris, and it's a gymnosperm of the conifer family, and it's indigenous of the North Temperate Zones, United States, and Canada, as you probably already know.
Yeah.
The gas having wood in common.
The way to remember is coniferous trees have cones and deciduous trees have leaves.
Oh, I'm so glad you're straightening me out, Hank. I always get deciduous mixed up with kind of the kind with cones.
Hi, Patty.
Hi. Richard, this is Hank. Hank, this is Richard.
Hi.
Hi.
Go on. What are some more of the deciduous species?
Well, you've got your elm, your oak, your maple, your walnut, and so forth.
Elm, oak, maple, walnut, and so forth.
Maple walnut. That's one of my favorite flavors.
Richard, we're talking about trees.
Oh.
What are some of the kinds with the cones?
Well, they're your evergreens or needle leaf trees that hold onto their leaves all year, except for your bald cypress and your larch.
Have you ever been to Sequoia National Forest?
No.
I was. My folks took me. You know what kind of trees they have there?
Sequoias.
Not exactly, but mostly.
What about the bald cypress, Hank?
Well, you find
Let
it
me
mostly...
ask you this. Do you guys know why some maple trees give syrup and some don't?
Because some are sugar maples and some aren't.
Well, that's what most people think. Well, actually, it's true. But the important thing is when you're out looking for syrup, make sure it's a sugar maple. Because some of them aren't.
Richard, could I talk to you a moment, please? Excuse us. Do you realize you're talking to a man who's practically a forest ranger?
So?
So people who pretend they know things they don't know just make fools of themselves, which is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, well, don't expect me to support that forest conversation bill.
Conservation.
Well, I'm not going to vote for either one of them.
Natalie, where are you? Patty? Kathy? Ross?
Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Sit down, sit down. Listen, when I was at the office today, it hit me like a brainstorm. Oh, hi, kids. Come on, sit down. I want you to hear this. Patty was right.
Of course I was. About what?
Well, about our going to the beach every summer. Instead of bringing this family together, the beach tends to pull us apart.
I don't understand.
Well, look, we all go to the beach together and we come home together, but in between, everybody goes off in his own separate ways. I mean, one person goes swimming, another one goes fishing, another one plays bridge, another one collects shells, and the only time we ever see each other is at dinner to say, pass the sugar.
Or waiting to get into the bathroom.
Right. Good. Anyway, why can't we all go camping? I mean, pitch a tent out somewhere in the woods. No telephones, no gasoline fumes, nobody else around. Just all of us working together and playing together like a real family.
Pitch a tent? You mean sleep on the ground with all those crawly things?
Oh, Natalie, we'd have sleeping bags. You'd love it.
Oh, Papa, I think it's a great idea. Really smashing.
At last I'll get a chance to use my hunting knife.
You know where we should go? Yellowstone National Park. I hear the forest rangers there are very dedicated.
Yellowstone? Don't they have bears up there?
Oh, yeah, but they're very friendly and polite.
Oh, you mean they say, excuse me, before they tear your head off?
Well, now, wait a minute. I wasn't thinking of anything that far away. You know, maybe the Catskills or the Adirondacks. Natalie, you'd love it.
Knowing this family, the whole thing would probably be just a giant lash-up.
Now, Natalie, that is not necessarily the case.
That's what happened to Ozzie and Harriet last week.
Ozzie and Harriet who?
Ricky's mother and father.
I don't think I've ever met them. And anyway, it is not going to be any giant lash-up because I have a master plan. Now, I have borrowed some camping equipment, and we are going to have a dry run before we head for the hills.
Oh, boy, where?
Right in our own backyard.
Oh.
Our backyard?
Well, why not? There's plenty of room.
Papa, that's a fantastic idea. Please, Mom.
Well...
That makes it unanimous. All right, everybody. The Lane expedition shoves off for the backyard tomorrow morning at 0800. Any questions?
Yahoo!
Sounds wonderful. Mom, you'll love it. I promise no little bugs will crawl, and we'll get that free stuff, and then we'll look
You're setting up camp in the backyard?
Yeah. See, the family's gonna go to the mountains for the summer, and I don't want to be saddled with a bunch of amateurs, so I thought I'd break them in first.
Thanks, Kath.
6-man life raft? Don't tell me you expect a flood.
Oh, of course not. Ed just gave me all the equipment he had.
This is ridiculous. Lewis and Clark didn't take this much stuff.
Lewis and Clark?
Oh, Ozzie and Harriet's in-laws.
No, Natalie, if you don't stop heckling, we may have to ask you to leave camp.
Is that a promise?
All right, everybody, let's get this show on the road. Come on.
I better go help them out.
Hey, Ross, you start untying the bedrolls.
Oh, but I want to help with the tent.
Oh, no, Kathy and I are gonna put up the tent. Mom, I'm starved. Don't you have anything to eat?
I just found the dishes.
Oh, good. I'll get it.
No, you won't.
I'll get it.
No, you won't get it either.
Why not?
Because if we're going to do this thing at all, we're going to do it right. Now, as far as you're all concerned, we're out in the woods, miles from the nearest phone.
It's funny, I can hear it just as clear as day.
I repeat, Ross, we are in the wilderness. That is not a phone ringing.
Don't be silly, Martin. That call might be for me.
Or me.
Or even me.
Oh, come on now, all of you. Papa's absolutely right. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it completely.
Thank you, Patty. Now, everybody tries saying to himself, there is no house. We are alone in the woods.
Trying to keep a woman from answering a phone is cruel and inhuman.
What phone? Do you hear a phone?
I don't hear a phone. Do you hear a phone?
No, I hear a bird ringing.
Now, come on, everybody repeat after me. There is no house. We are alone in the woods. Well, come on, repeat it.
There is no house. We are alone in the woods.
Okay, Ross, you get started with the fire and girl... Holy smoke, you know, I'll bet that's Bert on the phone about the golf game.
What phone? I don't hear any phone.
Oh, no, Natalie, don't be silly. This is important.
Papa, have you forgotten? There is no house. We are alone in the woods.
How you doing, son?
Who said you could light a fire by rubbing two sticks together?
Well, you just have to keep at it.
Why can't I use some matches?
Because every experienced camper should be able to start a fire by friction. Suppose you were out in the woods and you lost your matches.
I couldn't.
What makes you so sure?
Because you're always telling me I'm too young to carry matches.
Ross.
I know the pole is too short, but if you keep moving, you'll make the whole thing fall down. The stakes are going to come out. Come on, Patty, now stop it.
All right, now, just simmer down in here. Let's have a little less argument and more cooperation. Now, this is simple. All you need is the pole that holds up this end of the tent.
These are the only two poles left, and they're too short.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll just have to improvise something. Let's see, I don't suppose a shovel would work, would it?
No. How about those bamboo poles that come in the carpet? We'd have to go inside the house for it. Oh.
I've got an idea.
Yeah?
Why don't we forget the tent and sleep in the house like human beings?
Now, Natalie, let's not panic. I mean, I'm sure we can find a substitute for a pole.
Oh, Mr. Lane?
Uh-huh.
Those two short poles you've got.
Yeah?
I think you'll find one fits into the other.
Well... Oh, yeah, gee, thank you very much. Huh, I wonder why...
I tried to show them how, but they wouldn't listen to me.
Well, I'm gonna pack it in.
But you're coming back tomorrow, aren't you?
Sure, to finish up.
Oh, good. I can't tell you what a comfort it is knowing that we have a real live forest ranger right next door.
Well, so long.
See ya.
Nothing like a nice trip on a raft.
Patty, don't eat them until they're cooked.
I can't help it. That may be never.
Ross, how's it going?
No luck.
Well, stay with it.
Martin, we're starved.
Yeah, well, just as soon as Ross gets that fire going, we'll eat.
Why can't we have some raw candy bars or something?
Because we're in the woods, and I just caught these trout.
Except that you didn't catch them, you bought them, and they're not trout, they're flounder.
Hey, I just got an idea. Why don't we cook them Indian style?
How's that?
You make a hole in the ground, you put the fish in there, and then you make the fire over it.
Sounds great.
It does?
Yeah, it seals in the flavor. Hey, whet your appetites, everybody. We're gonna have our fish Indian style. Faster, Ross, faster. You've almost got it. That's it, girls. Come on, blow, harder. Come on.
Hold it! Now, I know there's no house, and I know there's no paper, and no kindling, and no match, but I am starved.
Yahoo! I've been freed!
Well, there we are. Fish Indian style.
Okay, everybody, let's dig in. It's very,
Oh, yes, it is.
Tastes kind of like, Don't it?
Yes, it does.
It's got a certain quality. It's kind of hard to put your finger on. It's terrible. That's the quality. Patty, are you sure this is the way the Indians used to make it?
I only told you how to make it. I didn't say it was any good.
My sacroiliac will never be the same. I thought you said those things were comfortable.
They are. I never had a more restful sleep in my life.
Ah! I'm going to go start breakfast. How would you like your eggs?
Any way but Indian style.
Hurry it up, will you, Kathy? Yes.
What's the matter?
Her blouse is caught in the zipper.
How'd you do a stupid thing like that?
What are you trying to do, embarrass me in front of the whole world?
Don't worry, the whole world hasn't come to work yet.
What's the problem, kids?
Oh, it's the zipper.
What's wrong?
Why doesn't everybody stop asking stupid questions and do something?
Have you tried putting some soap on the zipper?
Careful, dear, you'll tear her blouse.
Papa, please hurry it up.
All right, now, don't get hysterical.
Listen, I've got a thingamajig in the house for fixing a zipper.
You have?
Unfortunately, I don't have one here in the wilderness.
All right, go get it, and I'll get pliers out of my
I wonder where I
toolbox.
put it.
I have you, Aunt Natalie.
In case nothing else works, I'll get some soap.
Hi. What are you doing in the sack so late?
It was so comfy here with the sky and the trees and the grass and the ground. I just can't seem to tear myself out of this bag.
I know what you mean. Well, I gotta get started.
I got the pliers. Did you find a thingamajig, Nat?
Yes, I'm coming right down.
Where is she? Where in the world did she disappear to?
What's that noise?
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just looking out for forest fires. Hank.
Hi, honey.
Billy, forgot your lunch.
Holy cow, I did. Thanks. Hiya, Tiger. Yep, he's getting to look more like his old man every day.
Boy, there's nothing I love better than a white tablecloth.
And here we are back to civilization.
Well, we certainly learned a lot.
Didn't we, though?
All right, so we had a few problems. That's why we did it, to find the snags.
Well, we certainly found them, didn't we? I'll say.
Hey, girls, do I get the impression that you're not as keen about camping as you used to be?
Well, I don't know about Kathy, but I'm as enthusiastic as ever.
You are.
Uh-huh. I think it's a group.
You do.
Yeah. But, for your sake, Papo, I really think we ought to go back to the beach this summer.
For my sake?
Well, I know how much you'd miss your deep sea fishing.
Please don't mention fish.
Patty, what about the mountains and the stately pines?
Well, I figure it this way, Mom. You've seen one tree, you've seen them all.
Well, I certainly would miss my deep sea fishing, but I wouldn't want to deprive the rest of you.
Please, deprive me.
Personally, I can't wait for a house full of sand.
I'm for the beach, too. Papo, I just got the greatest idea.
Yeah?
The first fish you catch, I'm gonna cook it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I got this great recipe no Indian ever heard of.
Good.
You take the fish, and you bury it in the sand.
No, thanks.
And then you go to a hamburger stand.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind.